Greetings, my friends. I want to thank you all for subscribing. I want to thank all of my channel members for supporting me in this endeavor to save pop culture. And if you are not subscribed, please consider supporting this channel. We need you. Thank you. Greetings, my friends. I am Dictor Van Doomcock, the future ruler of Earth, and I am here today because, to quote Gomer Pyle, USMC, surprise, 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 Tan Woke and the 7 tax write-offs is, according to multiple sources, so god-awful bad, it is going to redefine what suck is. That's right, my friends, you heard me. Multiple sources are giving details on how terrible this movie is, and one source provides details of 3 separate scenes that had been leaked, so those of you with weak stomachs should be prepared to leave the room or at least have a large bowl sitting next to you during this video, and those of you made of sterner stuff should get ready to laugh your asses off. Off-White and the 7 diversity hires looks to be Disney's ultimate masterpiece of self-destruction.
That's a bold statement, dude. If Disney excels at one thing, it's self-destruction. You got Disney Plus choking on substandard woke garbage. You got Disney World alienating the state of Florida for its woke politics. You got every movie they release bombing, losing money, or pissing off half the country. You got guys in beards and drag standing outside of clothing stores in Disney parks telling little girls how to dress. Disney is no longer a for-profit company, dude, and investors are waking up to this.
Harvard J. Cthulhu is quite correct on this point. Disney would rather make extended LGBTQ plus public service announcements than make profits, and investors can't be pleased knowing that their investment dollars are being dumped into Liberace's old bedpan and placed at the end of a rainbow like some damn woke leprechaun's pot of gold. That's why Disney stock plunged to previously unthinkable levels last week.
Indeed, Skull of Calderon. As we were making a video last week about the big stock free fall, the stock was dropping in real time, and we were laughing at it as it plummeted, and OmniVac was able to screen grab the stock at $82.47 a share, its worstest level ever. Well, at least worse than it was in 2014, when it hit $83.83 a share. But I am assured by multiple sources that in its current state, Snow Woke and the 7 SJWs, if released, would surely drop that stock even lower than this abysmal level. 2 long-term sources contacted me independently over the last few weeks with leaked information from sources behind the scenes at Disney who are stunned, absolutely stunned, by how fucking horrible Snow Woke is. I'm going to share with you what they said here now. At this point, I must state that what I'm about to tell you is information provided to me by sources claiming knowledge of the situation at Disney, but since I cannot personally confirm this information, I am presenting it as unverified rumor, and I ask you to please take it with a grain of salt. This first source is generally speaking about how disastrous Snow Woke is, and then I will share with you 3 alleged scenes from Snow Woke that were edited together out of the footage. 3 scenes that illustrate just why this thing is such a fucking joke. So stay tuned for those scenes, folks, if you need a hearty laugh, and who doesn't these days. Here is what my first source told me about the current state of Snow Woke, as reported by our source inside Lucasfilm, codenamed Lucas Guy. Quote, I got something. Over at Lucas, the Snow Woke and 7 Equity Hires movie is frozen post-production work. Guy has no idea how much has been filmed, just simply it has for now been ordered shelved, as what has been filmed he thinks is so bad is unusable. Either has to be reshoots, or his impression is they want it canceled as it makes Indy 5 look amazing. It is so totally woke BS. He has only seen a few minutes of it, and he said it's just horrible bad. He said is the kind of bad that even the most SJW critic in the world would get up and demand a refund, as this is a steaming pile of shit bad. He said the equity hires look like some random immigrant street junkies in LA and act it too. He said the acting, the look, the whole thing is absolutely just fucking horrible and unwatchable by anyone. Everything he said about Indy was on target, so I think we have to take him at 100% here. Unquote.
Yeah, this Lucas guy previously sent you stuff about Indy 5 and it was spot on, so there's a reasonable chance that he's on the money with this one. Absolutely just fucking horrible and unwatchable by anyone, says this source. Yeah, sounds about right. Though I find this a little disheartening because I was counting on this movie to make you so mad you'd push the button to release me from my containment field, freeing me up to destroy your universe. Now it sounds like they're gonna do reshoots. Damn it. I'd love to see the original version of this, like I wish I could see the legendary Broadway debacle, Spider-Man Turn Off the Dark. Spider-Man got tangled up in webbing in the rafters of the theater for 45 minutes on one show, while the Green Goblin vamped, singing old songs on the piano on stage, when the show ground to a halt as they tried to untangle him. True story. It was that kind of production. And Snow Oak sounds even worse.
I know. Disney is sitting on a cinematic Hindenburg, and they can reshoot it 10 ways to Tuesday. The suck is so deeply ingrained it could never be excised. They'd have to rewrite it and reshoot the whole thing from scratch, which they don't have the money to do. Disney has really screwed themselves this time, folks. They're damned if they do, damned if they don't. This movie is going to do Disney the damage equivalent of 10 dudes in beards in drag, hassling little girls at Disneyland, and I cannot wait to see this. Everyone loves video of a horrible disaster, right? But if you're like me and can't wait to see Disney self-immolate, take heart, my friends, I've got you covered. Here are 3 alleged short excerpts from a longtime source who has insider information at Disney and/or Lucasfilm. Here is what this source tells me. Quote, "Oh, my friend, do I have a story for you. 3 clips from Snow White, and they are, well, I call it ultra cringe woke drivel. Scene 1 is Snow talking with the evil queen. The evil queen says, 'Your greatest weakness is love.' To which Snow replies, 'I do not fall for love. I rise to lead.' Behind her are the 7 magical creatures. Yes, that is the official Disney name for the dwarves who are not dwarves, raising their very primitive-looking magic weapons," unquote. And by primitive-looking magic weapons, I imagine they mean rocks and sticks.
Sounds to me like a typical day at a Renaissance fair or a meeting of the Society for Creative Anachronism. God forbid a sweet old fairy tale should stand in the way of Che Guevara-style woke propaganda. Snow Woke is the bestest ever, and the audience better not forget it.
Oh, no way they'll forget it, Skull of Calderon. The next alleged scene, leaked by my source, shows the level of desperation from the so-called writers of this garbage. Remember in school, when you'd be assigned a 5-page essay, and the bad students would fill their essay with bullshit, nonsense, and personal asides that had nothing to do with the thesis at hand, just to fill up the 5 pages, because they just don't give a shit, or are simply illiterate and desperate. Well, now that Disney has eliminated the love story between Snow Woke and the prince, so it's no longer a romance, and Snow Woke is no longer prettier than the evil queen since they cast the unspeakably beautiful Gal Gadot as the queen, and let's face it, Rachel Zegler looks like a piece of furniture in comparison. The writers are kind of short on plot, so here's a ridiculous filler scene they have inserted to try and kill a bunch of time in the movie. Quote, "Scene 2 has the magical creatures and Snow dancing and singing in a circle around a campfire, I guess like at Lilith Fair. As they settle down, it devolves into the 7 whatevers, telling scary stories like they're in some kind of B horror movie, trying to one-up each other. And it turns out that each story is about the queen or one of her family." Unquote.
What a crock! So we get an extended middle section where everyone's telling horror stories and they just tag it with, "And it was the Queen all along," just to fool people into thinking these short stories are relevant and hide that the plot is thin and goes nowhere.
That's the gist of it, Harvey Cthulhu. And then finally, here's what my source says, quote, Scene 3. Yes, my friend, it gets even worse. The party, along with Snow's non-love interest, formerly known as the Prince, are at a cliffside facing the Queen when Snow is falling and it looks like Jonathan, the not-so-love interest, saves her, to which she dresses him down a la Helena Shaw bullying Indy. I am heartsick at the browbeating of woke feminist rhetoric. I just can't. It's too much. Unquote. See, Snow Tan don't need no man. Even when she's falling off a fucking cliff, how dare he prevent her from going splat? 'Cause stopping her from falling to her death is like mansplaining about gravity. What woman wants that?
Pretty much all of them, if the other option is going splat, dude.
Bingo, my emerald adversary. Bingo. And there you have it, my friends. Snow Woke is unspeakably awful. Disney knows it. Everyone knows it. The question is, will Disney do anything about it? Oh, I hope not. Everyone loves a good train wreck. From the center of the earth, this is Dictor Van Doomcock bidding you all, my friends, stay angry. Ha 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 ha.